When it comes to overcoming addiction, every substance brings its own unique challenges. Whether it's kratom, THC, nicotine, or alcohol, these substances can become deeply ingrained in our lives, not just as habits, but as ways to cope with stress, emotional wounds, and everyday struggles. Today, I'm going to share specific, actionable tips to help you or someone you love stop using these substances. We'll dive into strategies for quitting kratom, THC, nicotine, and alcohol, one step at a time. And as always, we'll connect this to the cycle of addiction we've been discussing. Because breaking free starts with connecting the pattern and taking back control. Breaking the addiction cycle for kratom and THC. Let's start with kratom and THC. Both of these substances can be tricky because they're often seen as natural or safe alternatives. But for many people, they still create dependency. The key is to recognize where they fit in to your addiction cycle. Remember, the cycle begins with an emotional wound or stress trigger. Maybe you turn to kratom for energy or relief from pain, or you use THC to relax and escape anxiety. Whatever the reason, the substance provides a temporary relief, but the emotional wound isn't healed. So the cycle continues. Here's how you could break that cycle. Number one, first, cut back gradually. Instead of trying to quit kratom or THC cold turkey, start by reducing your dosage slowly over time. This can help manage withdrawal symptoms and prevent shock to your system. Second, find a healthy replacement. Whenever you feel the urge to use, replace it with something positive, like exercise, journaling, or talking to a supportive friend. This helps retrain your brain to look for healthier ways to cope. Third, track your usage. Keep a log of when and why you're using the substance. This will help you identify patterns so you can address the emotional or situational triggers that make you reach for it. Quitting nicotine and alcohol. Nicotine and alcohol are two of the most socially accepted substances, but they come with significant challenges when it comes to quitting. Nicotine creates a physical dependency, while alcohol can serve both as an emotional crutch and as a social habit. In the cycle of addiction, nicotine often represents a craving for comfort or stress relief, whether it's from cigarettes, vaping, or other nicotine products. Alcohol, on the other hand, might be your go-to when you're feeling social pressure or trying to numb emotional pain. Here's how you could start to quit. For nicotine, replace the ritual. If smoking or vaping is tied to certain routines, like after meals or during breaks, replace those moments with a different activity. Go for a walk, chew gum, or take deep breaths instead. Gradual reduction. Use nicotine patches or gum to slowly reduce your dependence on nicotine, allowing your body to adjust without the shock of immediate withdrawal. Mindfulness. Each time you have a craving, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? By bringing awareness to the craving, you'll start to recognize the emotional trigger behind it. Alcohol. Set clear boundaries. Decide in advance how much you'll drink or if you'll abstain altogether before going into social situations. Find new social activities. Alcohol is often tied to socializing, so explore new activities that don't involve drinking, like hiking, joining a fitness class, or volunteering. Track your emotional triggers. Keep a journal of when and why you drink. Are you reaching for alcohol after a stressful day or when you're feeling lonely? Understanding the emotional triggers will help you break the habit. Coping strategies for all substances, whether it's kratom, THC, nicotine, alcohol, or other things, the key to quitting any substance is to replace unhealthy habits with positive coping strategies. Addiction often masks underlying emotional wounds. So the more you focus on healing those wounds, the easier it will be to stay substance free. What are some healthier ways you can cope with stress, anxiety, or emotional pain? Here are a few strategies to get started. Number one, mindfulness meditation. Practicing mindfulness helps you stay present and grounded, reducing the need to escape through substances. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Number two, exercise. Physical activity releases endorphins, improving your mood, reducing cravings, and improving self-esteem. Even a 20-minute walk can make a big difference. Number three, talk it out. Whether it's with a therapist, a friend, or a support group, talking about your feelings can help you process them instead of masking them with substances. Breaking free from substances isn't easy, but with the right tools and mindset, it's possible. Start with small steps, replace unhealthy habits, and focus on healing the emotional wounds that keep you in the cycle. In the next video, I'll be diving into more strategies to help you quit specific behaviors like pornography, gambling, and unhealthy relationships. These behaviors are often just as addictive as substances, and we'll explore how to break free from those cycles too. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. What substance are you working on quitting? And what's your biggest challenge so far? We'd all love to help you out. Thank you and take care.